After Pete told me about the organization Swarm and everything it stood for, I was flabbergasted. He said they were the last line of defense between hell and earth. But what that meant, I had no idea. I would find out later on all about the secret battle between good and evil that was raging between heaven and hell, with Earth caught in the middle. The elevators being the only mode of transportation between all three. Not all elevators, of course, only a chosen few. Some are one-way only. Hellevators, for instance. Those are rides straight to the dark place itself. Then there are the ones that go up, but a rare few can go between all of them. Swarm made sure that none of the boxes were overridden, that no elevators operated without authorization from all three parties involved. We were the representatives of Earth, and kept up the maintenance of the boxes as our end of the bargain, Pete told me. See, once upon a time, it was realized that the big guy upstairs needed to talk to the pointy-haired dude down below once in a while. Don't ask me why, but there's definitely proof of it in the book. Remember Job? Lucifer was up in heaven just walking around and walked up to God and said, "Hey, God, your pal Job wouldn't like you so much if you burned his house down, killed his family." Now, would he? The point is, how do you think the devil got up there? Stairs would have taken forever. He definitely took an elevator. Anyways, the reason I'm telling you all this is that I think one of those elevators that goes between all three realms might actually be in my own apartment building. It's a rickety old thing, unassuming, which makes it all the more likely to me. You ever see Indiana Jones and the Quest for the Holy Grail? Then you'll see what I'm saying. The dirty 1940s era elevator is a perfect disguise for something far more grand and complex. And besides, that would explain what happened the other night. It was about 3:30 in the morning, and I was waiting for the elevator with the laundry basket clutched precariously in my arms. The door rattled open, across the steel track, to reveal a thin man in a white three-piece suit. He had a hat, was holding a polished walking stick. Looked like someone from a different era entirely. He smiled at me with thin lips, and waved me into the box. His eyes looked black, with not a hint of color in them. I noticed as the door closed behind me, a shiver running down my spine. He never broke eye contact, just stared at me as if looking straight through me. I broke into a cold sweat as his grin grew wider. "Laundry day?" he asked. "You know it." I tried to pretend everything was okay, knowing that it wasn't. "Gotta make a quick stop first. Hope you don't mind. It won't be long." He poked the steel panel below the elevator buttons with his walking stick, and it popped open, revealing a secret hidden compartment. Inside, it was an additional button, which said on it, "Lowest level." What the hell? "Oh, that's exactly right, young man. I'll pop down to my humble abode, and then you can come back up and do your laundry. On the way down, we can discuss a little business proposition." I looked at him terrified, realizing with dawning apprehension who this man in the crisp white suit really was. "You can't be serious." The words fell out of my mouth, and I closed it before I could say anything else that might offend this thing. "Oh, I am quite serious, in fact. Now, I know you have your oaths and your list of rules with Swarm and all that, but I just want you to consider for a second, just for a second, how good it would feel to have unlimited money. Not only that, but everything that comes along with it. You know chicks dig guys with cash, right? You want a girl? You want a guy? Come on, man, you can't say no to that. Even Bill fucking Gates doesn't have unlimited money, for Christ's sake. All you have to do is sign this." He's holding out a very lengthy contract with the tiniest print I'd ever seen in his hand, the fountain pen in the other. His ink stripping dark crimson red on the floor of the elevator.
Sign it.
I gulped down nothing but dryness and said no. His anger was immediate, his wrath more than terrifying.
You know who you're fucking talking to, shit for brains? I can annihilate you right here and now. Nobody would even know you were gone. I can erase you from the face of the earth so there's no memory of you ever existing at all. Even your parents wouldn't remember you. So let me ask you again. Do you want to sign it? Be my repairman? You know you want to. It's either that or pain.
As I shook my head one last time, too numb to speak, I dropped my laundry basket and began to rise up into the air, defying gravity. He held up his hand, made clawing motions downwards, and I felt the skin peel off my face in long, ragged strips. I screamed, and he did it again and again. I howled in pain and twisted away from him with no avail.
Will you sign it now?
I screamed no. My eyes suddenly felt like they were on fire. They began to pour blood. I wanted so badly to scratch them out of my head. My blood felt like it was boiling in my veins. My breath felt like fire with each agonizing inhalation. Each part of my body was suddenly made of pain. My arms and legs, chest and abdomen. Everything was agony, like it was being seared with a brand that would leave a lifelong scar.
Sign it.
Never!
Ding. Very well, he said as the elevator door opened. It slid to the side to reveal absolute darkness without sound or smell. Maybe next time.
He tipped his hat to me, and I stepped into the void. He disappeared instantly. I fell down on the floor of the elevator in my dirty clothes, which thankfully broke my fall. My hand went up to my face to feel the damage there and felt the skin was intact. It was all just a vision the bastard had conjured up to fool me. He had left me unscathed, but utterly terrified. I'm going to take the stairs in my apartment for the rest of the time I'm here. I don't care what anybody says. You guys can all take the elevator. I'll walk.